Hello everyone, in this video we see Mihail Tal's amazing game. This game was played in 1983 in Latvia. In this game, Mihail Tal play with black pieces and Pytel play with white pieces. So white starts with knight to f3, c5 Sicilian variation, c4 knight to c6, English opening symmetrical variation, knight to c3 g6. Create space for his bishop e3 d6 d4 bishop to g7 d5 and the pressure on knight, and the knight has only two options, knight to b8 or knight to e5, because if knight comes to b4 or e5 then white can create pressure on knight to pushing his pawn. So Tal continue with knight to e5 and offer for knight exchange. But white decline the offer and continue with knight to d2. So white's plan is pushing his f pawn to create pressure on knight. So Tal creates space for his knight. f5 bishop to e2, preparing for castle. Knight to f6 h3. Cover this g4 square. e6 f4 and the pressure on knight. Knight to f7 d takes e6. Bishop takes e6, bishop to f3 and the pressure on b7. But Tal didn't protect this pawn and continue with castle on king side. And white also castles on king side. Rook to b8 and finally support this pawn. a4 cover this b5 square. d5 create pressure on center. C takes d5, knight takes d5 and offer for knight exchange. So white accept the offer. Knight takes knight, bishop takes knight and offer for bishop exchange. But white decline the offer and continue with e4 and the pressure on bishop. Bishop to e6, queen to c2. So white create pressure on c5. But Tal continue with queen to h4 and the pressure on f4. So white support with knight to b3, because after moving knight, bishop's diagonal becomes open. F takes e4, bishop takes e4. And here in this position, pause the video and think Tal's next move. So Tal continue with knight to g5 and sacrifice his knight. So white accept the knight. F takes knight, and now you will see what's the Tal's plan. So Tal want to open this F file, and now rook takes rook and check, and the king has only one move. If king move to h2, then bishop comes to e5, and after moving bishop, bishop takes bishop check and checkmate comes. So white accept the rook. King takes rook and the second rook join into attack. Rook f8 and check. Bishop to f3, and here in this position pause the video and think Tal's final move. So Tal's final move, bishop to c4, and after bishop to c4 check, white resigned here. Both diagonals are covered by queen and bishop, so king has only one move. So after moving king, queen comes to e1 and the king has only one move. And after moving king, bishop will join into attack. And after moving bishop, discord attack comes on queen, but bishop takes bishop check and the white has only one move. Then queen takes g3 check and the king has only one move. Then queen takes bishop and the white's game will destroy. So after moving king, bishop to d5 comes. Tal would take this knight, but direct threat is checkmate. And the king has no mouse. If white move his queen on f2, then queen to h1 is mate. And if queen comes to g2, then also checkmate. And if white take this bishop, then white would lose his queen. So after bishop to c4 check, white resigned here. If you like the game, then please subscribe the channel for watch more videos.